Because we haven't shaken it up yet.
Because we haven't shaken it up yet.
Let's do it.
Let's take a chance on it.
Hello and welcome to My Tiny Bottles, the project where I'm exploring my grandmother's legacy of miniature liquor bottles, one tiny bottle at a time. I'm your host, Tammy Coxon, and I am here with my friend, Andy.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Andy. We are both at Boscone, which is a science fiction convention in Boston, Massachusetts. And I ran into Andy and his partner, Kevin, at a party last night. And I said, hey, are either of you available to taste a bottle with me tomorrow?
And Kevin is too busy being the science guest this weekend at the convention and speaking.
So I had to settle for Andy.
Mm-hmm. Darn.
Which is a joy. So Andy, you and I have shared many craft cocktail crawls in cities that we have
we definitely have
been in together. So I know you are an appreciator of fine drinks. What credentials would you say you bring to this project?
I mean, I'm not a professional, not at all, but 25 years ago, my husband and I met over a case of wine, and I moved out to California and started getting to know the winemakers in my local regions, and discovered some craft distillers who were local and got to know them. And Kevin designed and built, and I was the sanity check on a bartending robot.
On a bartending robot. Beautiful. Maybe we could throw some video in so you can see the robot in action. Do we have video?
But there should be video.
All right.
There's definitely stills.
Excellent. So you mentioned wine is kind of where you got your start.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have any wine. Maybe I should have brought my very, very old tiny bottle of wine from California. I should have brought that.
That would have been amusing.
But what I decided to bring for you instead, since you are from California, visiting Massachusetts, is some good old New England flavor, Boggs Cranberry Liqueur.
So I moved to California from Wisconsin, which is also a cranberry region.
Okay, but not like New England.
No.
Right? You know, it's called a Cape Codder.
Yeah. No. And I was like, I like me some cranberry.
Oh, good. I don't know that we'll like this.
Well, this is true.
But I will say this is probably the bottle on my website so far that has gotten the most hits. And it's because people who liked Boggs Cranberry Liqueur when it first came out love Boggs Cranberry Liqueur. And they are searching still today for it. And they so they land on my site when they're looking for it. And they find out that there's a new bottle. But generally, the people who remember it from the old days aren't as fond of the new bottling. So this is probably not what they remember either. When Boggs came out in 1970s, it was 40% ABV. So a full strength spirit would have been, quite punchy. Or maybe it was 40 proof. I can't remember. Darn it. Can't remember. Anyway, but it was higher proof, right? Probably higher quality. But then by the 1980s, like so many of those liqueurs, it sort of had gotten dumbed down. So this one is 25 proof. So I think it was probably 40 proof and now it's 25 proof, right? So
that makes sense.
12.5% alcohol by volume. Not a very promising ABV for something that's been in a bottle for probably 35 years. It's got an 89 on the bottom of the bottle. So that tells us the bottle was made in 1989. Yes. So probably around then for this one.
Yep.
So, I can't promise it'll be good, but those are sometimes the most fun.
It looks a little chunky.
That's what I was going to ask you. Yeah. So why don't you tell us what you're seeing here?
It's kind of hard to see, but it looks like it threw a sediment and it looks a little chunky.
It looks a little chunky. So,
that might be promising because it means that there actually probably was cranberry juice with fiber in it originally.
That's fair. So here's my question for you.
Yeah.
Do we try to decant a little off the top or do we shake it?
I'm thinking we try to decant a little off the top to start.
Okay, and then we try to shake it?
And then we maybe try to shake it.
Okay. Because, you can imagine this is described in the articles at the time about being this ruby red color. It's clearly not ruby red anymore.
It's very caramel red now.
Well sealed, though.
Yes.
See if I can get it open.
Oh, there it goes.
Nice, satisfying crack. Yeah. We like a good crack. Oh, actually, and a little. Right, so they really were trying to make this last. All right.
Oh, that
kind of smells what you'd expect. The cranberry gunk just gets higher and higher. Oh, that's so syrupy. All right, I'm just getting a little bit to try not to get the gunk. And then if we decide to shake, we'll have more to work with here. Oh, I got chunks. Oh, the game is lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's golden.
It's
It's a dark golden.
But that makes sense, fruit things, they oxidize over time. Wine will lose its color. So that's not surprising.
It doesn't smell terrible.
Doesn't smell terrible. It smells fruity.
Well, yeah. It actually, I'm picking up actual honest to God cranberry.
Okay, that's promising.
It's that kind of bitter sour note.
Yeah, I wish I could expect some sour cranberry punch here, right? That's what I like about cranberry juice. It's got sour, it's got bitter.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine the 1989 liqueur is going to deliver on any of that promise.
Really?
Even in its time, I don't think it would have delivered on any of that promise. All right.
Well, I mean, this would have been probably sweetened and very, we can tell it's sweetened, but it's
Definitely
it probably would have been like canned cranberry sauce, cranberry jelly kind of flavor. But
right.
Well, let's find out.
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's start. Definitely way better than some of the things I've tasted.
Better than I expected.
It's not unpleasant.
It tastes like cranberry. It's not very strong taste of cranberry.
It's because we haven't shaken it up yet.
Because we haven't shaken it up yet.
Let's do it.
Let's take a chance on it. Oh, that's disturbing.
It's just hair coming out.
No,
Look at the color got a lot darker. Oh no, it's all still at the bottom. Look at that. It's just a sediment block right there at the bottom. All right.
And the sediment really has not powdered. It's turned into flakes.
Just chunks. Yep. There you go.
The color is better.
No, it's not really.
No, it's
not. It's just now intermingled with chunks. Well, it's a useful lesson to learn about bottles that have sedimented because I have others, and clearly shaking is not going to help. This is what I've learned. I do get a little more fruit now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, it's surprisingly decent, actually.
It's surprisingly decent, which makes me kind of understand all these people who come to my page trying to find out about it. Because if it's this
at this age
after 30 years, like I can imagine it must have really been something with.
It is. And the thickness does this to somebody. It is canned cranberry jelly, cranberry flavor.
Yeah.
It's the syrup, that coating your mouth pectin-y kind of thing.
Yeah, but I would say now that I'm getting some chunks with each sip, I'm getting some of that acid that I was looking for.
Oh yeah, the acid is a lot more present.
Right, a lot more acid now. And now it reminds me more of cranberry. Yeah. Wow, I way happier than I expected to be.
I kind of now actually want to find out what the current cranberry liqueurs taste like. That's
good.
Yeah,
that's actually really good. If it didn't look quite so ugly, I'll try to get a picture of the floaties so we can put that in the video and people can see what it looks like. It's really a little terrifying.
I think it didn't as much throw a sediment as the cranberry solids like gelled in the bottom.
You're right. Because I've done things with cranberries before, and they have a lot of pectin in them.
They want to
just gel, and I think you're right.
The sugar, the pectin, and the acid. So it preserved the cranberry from being destroyed.
All right. Well, we might just sit here and sip on our cranberry.
I am not disappointed.
I am not disappointed.
I am surprised. So that was a success.
Excellent.
And in a pleasant way, which
better.
Neither of us were really expecting.
Well, we'll save a little bit of this for Kevin to try later. Thanks so much for joining me, Andy. This was an unexpected delight. Can people find you someplace online?
The Bartending Robot is on Facebook at the Drinks Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA Bots, DARPA-BOTS. And we plan to have the robot at International Robo Games in San Jose in April.
That's very exciting. I will drop a link to that in the show notes. And of course, you can find out about this bottle, go learn its history and its story at mytinybottles.com. You can also follow me on social media at mytinybottles. If you are a Boggs Cranberry fan, tell us what you remember. How does our observations reflect yours? Do you have an old bottle lingering around, and has it too congealed into a surprisingly delightful cranberry jelly suspended in sugar solution type situation? If so, let me know. Like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and I hope you'll join again. Cheers.
Cheers.